Typically on the days that I record my videos, which is usually Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which would be Wednesday, the legs, Thursday, chest, and Friday would be back. On those heavier days, I would typically warm up with the bar, with the exception of the deadlift, and really feel out how I'm feeling for the day. And in the past, my typical workouts would be 3 sets of 10, not including the warm-up set. And it was a tried and true method that I found really built my foundation and really started my journey into weightlifting, and or not even weightlifting. Weightlifting is a completely different sport. I would say training. So it really started my journey into training and really figuring out how to increase muscle. As I continue down this path, I find myself thinking about the amount of volume that I can produce per day, per muscle group. And I think it really is very important to realize how much volume is being exerted each and every week for each body part. And that's something that I've been straying away at the beginning episodes of this whole series, is that I would go 3 sets of 10, and I would completely stop after the top set and would move on to another exercise because I didn't feel like I had the strength to do more reps at that top set. And it's something that I've done in the past, and I'm not too sure why it was removed from my training regimen, whether out of pure laziness or I didn't feel that I could push that amount of weight. And that's something I really want to get back to, is that doing more volume at that higher weight and being more comfortable with pushing boundaries. It seems that my weight, the amount of weight that I can push at the moment, is at a plateau. Given that I am training for a marathon, I can be content that I still have my strength, but I want to try to increase my strength while still training for the marathon. And that's something that I have to adjust to and learn how to really hold that volume of training. I think having the reps in and having all the runs I have and putting in the time and effort to push to get more performance out of me. And I think the minuscule points of improvement is something that I have to acknowledge and not only think about the end goal of where I want either my marathon time to be or or the bench or the max bench that I want to achieve. I think celebrating these minor accomplishments, whether it be one more rep than I did last week, or maybe 5 pounds heavier than I lifted last week. I think having that perspective really motivates me to become better, and I find that focusing on those minor details is just as important as the end result. It may sound boring, but I think that those minor details, those little tweaks of trying to refine yourself, I really enjoy that experimental phase that I have with this whole lifting schedule. I'm still on push-pull legs of my training regimen. I really enjoy the volume and the amount of workouts that I get. I would typically, or each workout would typically have. So I usually start out with my squat, bench, deadlift at the beginning of the day of the workout, and I'll typically spend anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes doing that exercise until I move on. And after that, I would spend another 20 to 45 doing the other body part. So on a leg day, I typically do other parts of the leg as accessory work. On bench days, I would do triceps as accessory work, and then on deadlift days, I would have my second block of time for biceps. And depending on schedule, my runs would either be right after that workout or sometimes in the afternoon. I find that running outside provides more benefits than running inside. It can get pretty mundane to run inside just because you're stuck in one spot. But a benefit would be that you have, you have the restroom right close to you available. You're typically in some semi air conditioned room and don't have to worry about any outside elements. The gym where I deadlifted, this one had a platform, so I think moving forward I will definitely come here to deadlift instead of the other gym. The other gym only has hex plates and does not have any platforms to deadlift. Going back to the running thing, the benefits of running outside, I think, outweigh the benefits of running indoors. I find that time passes a lot quicker when I run outside because I'm seeing so many different environments. There's so many sensory there's so many sensory feelings that your body goes through. Whether you see something uh, that reminds you of your childhood, or whether you smell something like food or some other stuff. It provides a lot more sensory details, uh, stimulations to your body, and I really enjoy that. Here's my runs for this week. I typically, for my daily runs and the weekly runs, I typically have between 30 to 45 minutes, just depending on my schedule. And then my Saturdays would be my long runs. Next week will be 10, I believe, and we'll see how I fare. It looks like my 9 was at 8:30, which is actually where my goal is to running the marathon. So if I can keep that up for the much longer runs within this training schedule, I think it'll be really good for the marathon in March. That's it for this week, and I'll catch you in the next one.